So if you do 40 to 60% of your eating around the edges and not spending a whole lot of time in the aisles, then you'll be doing yourself a lot better off in terms of from a dietary standpoint. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our IIOM YouTube channel. I'm Dr. Jim Sharps, and today we're diving into a crucial topic: navigating through the complexities of the COVID-19 and flu season. With my many years of experience in infectious diseases and natural health remedies, I'm here to provide you with some empowering insights, tips, and strategies to keep you and your loved ones safe and healthy during this upcoming holiday season. So let's jump right into this topic and the challenges that we're going to be facing with the flu and COVID season together. First question is, how do you prepare your immune system for the flu and COVID? You know, all of that, what we experienced the last couple of years, there was a lot of panic. Now this time we can be prepared though. So there are some really good tips that you can focus on just to keep you safe and effective and be prepared for the flu season. And one of the biggest problems is, you know, we've just left the summer season. We tend to kind of not spend as much time outdoors, not getting as much fresh air and sunlight. So let's just try to be very intentional about doing those things that promote health. Try to get some fresh air and sunlight, even if it's 15, 20 minutes a day. Just go outside, open your door, just get out there, let the fresh air hit you, let the sunlight hit you, let the sunlight hit your eyes. That helps with the serotonin levels, the melatonin levels, so that can even help you with sleeping better later on, keeping your mood right. Just staying in and having all these artificial lights is not very helpful at all. And it just starts chipping away at your immune system. And then there's some other things that you can do, like making sure that you're getting enough sleep, enough rest, those kinds of things. So one of the questions that come up a lot of times, and what are some of the key lifestyle practices, in addition to fresh air and sunlight, that you can focus on? Well, one obvious one is eating right. Try to focus more on eating whole foods. You can eat a little bit that comes in packages, cans and bottles and things of that nature. But a little tip is, when you go to the supermarket, try to shop around the edges. That's where all your whole foods are. Even the meat and dairy is around the edges. They're not in the aisles. So if you do 40 to 60% of your eating around the edges and not spending a whole lot of time in the aisles, then you'll be doing yourself a lot better off in terms of from a dietary standpoint. And so whole foods, try to get in some exercise. 15 to 30 minutes a day is sufficient. If you do that 3 to 5 times a week, just those little things will help quite a bit in helping with you being prepared for the season. And then one of the other questions that come up is, so what happens with all of the stress that we're dealing with? Does that affect your immune system? And it absolutely does. When you're under a lot of stress, whether it's physical, it's emotional, it's mental, working too hard, any of those kinds of things, it puts a lot of stress on the body and causes the adrenals to get overactive. And then it starts kicking out that cortisol. And that cortisol basically causes restriction of the blood vessels. And it affects your breathing, affects your heart, and all those kinds of things. So try to do some intentional things, like every 2 to 3 hours, even if you have to put a timer on your watch. Just stop what you're doing and just take a 5 to 10 minute break. Just get up, twist a little bit, walk around, smile at yourself in the mirror, whatever you need to do to kind of relax. And you'd be amazed what a little thing like that can do to help to avoid some of those very stressful things that we're involved with. And then the other thing that comes up is, okay, so now I got this little tickle in my throat. I'm feeling a little bit down. I got the sniffle. What is a good remedy to kind of prevent, or if I'm already in the full throes of a cold and flu, what can I do? And what I would recommend is what we call our flu COVID formula. And these are just some household things that you can use to help you to get through the flu season. And one of the easiest things is a natural antibiotic, antiviral is something that we carry called Immune Enhancer, but basically it's echinacea and golden seal. So here's an example of what that looks like. The one that I have has, in addition to echinacea and golden seal, it happens to have astragalus in it, podarco, ginseng, suma, lobelia, which is kind of an anti-inflammatory, and it has a pinch of cayenne in it. But anything, echinacea and golden seal should be the key. But any kind of, this is a kind of a 4-ounce bottle. You'd be amazed. It's something like this. A lot of times you can knock it out in one day, in 1 to 3 days, with something like echinacea golden seal. But if you have the full-fledged flu or COVID, I want to recommend my flu COVID formula. And that's a household recipe that you can put together in your own home. And the key ingredient is onion. You recognize this? Good old onion. So it's 1 onion. You can put a couple of things of garlic, 2 to 3 juice of 2 to 3 lemons, get 2 to 3 drops of peppermint oil. This is really good. It kind of relaxes the lungs. It opens up the lungs really nicely. You only need 2 to 3 drops of it. A pinch of cayenne pepper and honey. Good old natural honey to kind of sweeten it up a little bit so it's not so bitter. You can put it all in like 4 to 8 ounces of water. Distilled water is the best, but any kind of purified water, or you can mix it part honey and part water. And you just blend that all together. And the nice thing about it is you can take a half a teaspoon to a full teaspoon to a full tablespoon, a half an hour to every hour a day, as much as you need based on how advanced your situation is. And if you don't have it at all, if you do this, you'll knock it out and maybe in 2 to 3 doses. And then just put the rest in the refrigerator, give it to the rest of your friends and family that are around you all the time to prevent them from getting it, or just save it for if it does advance. A lot of times you can knock it out completely within 2 to 3 days, and definitely within 3 to 7 days. So basically, those are the things that you can do to help you through the season. And while you're at it, if you do have a situation, you want to cut back on your diet a little bit. The fastest amount of healing happens during fasting, but you don't have to go into a real fast. You can go into what is called a restrictive fast. So you're still eating, but you're restricting certain things and eating more whole foods, maybe a little bit more veggie broth with combinations of carrots and potatoes and vegetables and garlic and onions. Again, a pinch of cayenne. And you can just even drink the broth alone. You can make onion soup. You see what good old onions. You can make soup. You can put other vegetables in with it and make a soup out of it. Onions happen to be one of the best bioavailable sources of vitamin C on this planet. And you can also mix these onions in with your stir fries, your salads, etc. So remember that. Remember echinacea golden seal. And most of all, remember rest. Rest is very important. All healing happens during what is called the anabolic phase. That's the building up phase. There's 2 phases of life. There's a catabolic where you're burning up and breaking down, and then the anabolic where you're building up. And whether you're running, you're jumping, all of the building up takes place during that anabolic. That anabolic function takes place during that resting phase. So you want to make sure you're getting as much rest as practical. Well, thank you very much for tuning in to today's discussion on managing cold, flu, and COVID-19 as we approach the winter and the holiday season. I hope you found this information to be helpful and informative. And remember to stay tuned, stay informed by taking preventive measures because these are the key to safeguarding your health and the health of all of those that are around you. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on health and happiness. And our next topic I think you'd really be interested in is how to diet properly for the upcoming season. So look for that. That should be coming up very soon, and it's dieting, a guide to healthy eating. Let's call it a guide to healthy eating for the holidays. So until next time, stay safe, stay well. Bye for now, and God bless.